What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Watchlist Podcast. This is episode 10. This week we got trilogies. I know Chase is excited. Indiana Jones this week. We're going to review the first three. Last week, if you didn't check out our episode, I would definitely check it out. We went over mysteries. We watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Memories of Murder, and Usual Suspects. We played a fun Keep 5, Cut 5 game, which we do have on our TikTok right now. So I would definitely check that out. But let's go around. How we all feeling? Jagger, how you feeling?
I feel great. I'm having a little chicken parm wrap. It's phenomenal. This week, I don't know. I'll be really excited for tonight. Hour and a half episode of White Lotus season
Oh
finale.
yeah.
So, what else did I watch? Pulp Fiction. Give it a rewatch. I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago, and Christian was saying he thinks it might be overrated. I think I was starting to feel the same way, and I watched it, and it is not. It is so fucking good. So Christian should definitely rewatch it. You guys all should all rewatch it. It's great.
I've never watched it the first time.
Thelma and Louise. More Ridley. I think it's like my 13th Ridley movie. And then Pride and Prejudice. It was fun. Like a good week. I finally got back into movies and I stopped just being addicted to MLB The Show. So it was fun. I guess
Respect.
I'm like pressing the camera right now. Too close.
Back up off it. How we doing, Chase? What'd you watch this week?
What's up, Jordy? Didn't watch anything outside of the Indiana
No,
Jones
Jordy.
movies. What an absolute treat it was to go back and just relive those amazing three movies that I just hold near and dear to my heart. Um, Another busy week of work, another busy week of MLB The Show. I don't have any shows or other movies that I watched that I can think of off the top of my head. On his head top, and I think I think that's it for me. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say, but I hope you're having a good week, Jordan.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Christian, how we doing?
I'm good. Didn't do too much this week, but I did get some more movies this week. So I watched the Planet of the Apes trilogy. So if you go back to our last week's episode, we have a little bit of a discussion between Planet of the Apes and Indiana Jones, which one is better to keep or cut. And we ultimately went with Planet of the Apes. So I decided to watch both of them this week to see what might be like the valid decision behind that. So I'll get into that a little bit when we start discussing the movies, but watch those three. Still have to finish up Kingdom. And yeah, work was good this week. Didn't do too much. I had a setback with my running this week, but we'll hope we can recover next week.
Recover or we push
What
on?
was your setback?
So I've been on this keto diet, so no carbs, and carbs gives you the energy that you need in your body. So I ran 5.5 miles on Saturday, and at that point, like I was about to pass out, and I couldn't do any more. And then I was feeling like I was gonna throw up for 3 hours, so I fell asleep and threw up a little bit. And my
Are you
Saturday,
kidding?
yeah,
Oh
so
no.
I'm now off of that diet, and we're gonna add carbs back in and see if that can give me the energy to fuel me on my long runs. So we'll see.
It's like when you use keto, I think it's supposed to take the fats and then that's how you lose weight. Because it like uses your fats as energy. But when you're running that much, I don't think that's very good for you. But I'm not a doctor, so who the fuck knows?
Well, I did some research, and you're not supposed to really do keto when doing long distance running, so I'm off of it now.
There you go. All right. Hopefully we can bounce back from that. Schnar,
Yeah.
how we doing this week?
Doing pretty good. More the same. Not a lot of stuff going on. MLB The Show. Been playing that a good bit. In terms of movies, didn't really watch that many new movies this week, actually. I started off with like Terrence Malick's Song to Song, which I heard like mixed things on. I feel like people either love it or hate it. I'm kind of in the middle. Um, it's alright, like super unique and different than anything else I'd really seen before. So I can like appreciate that, but it wasn't like my favorite thing. I watched Stagecoach, which was fantastic. If you guys don't know, I think all of us, sometimes we have trouble picking what movie to watch next. So I have like a wheel of movies that I'm interested in. I spin it, and then it landed on Stagecoach, and it was like a perfect precursor to Indiana Jones. Like definitely inspired a lot. I know Spielberg is very much inspired by John Ford, and it was my first John Ford movie, so that was like a perfect wheel spin, and it was awesome. I watched Singles, which is like a rom-com that my mom loves. And we watched it last night, me and my parents. It's pretty good. And then finished up with movies with Last of the Mohicans also last night, which is another Daniel Day-Lewis movie. I hadn't seen a ton of Daniel Day-Lewis besides I'd only seen There Will Be Blood and Phantom Thread, and they're like fantastic. I watched this. It's also Michael Mann directed, and it was okay. I didn't love. There's like a central romance in it that I didn't love, but there's some really great set pieces that elevate it. Um, but I was more watching shows this week, honestly. I watched Adolescence finally, which I highly recommend to all of you guys. It's incredible. Like one of the best limited series I've ever seen. There's an episode in there that's like one of the best things I've ever seen, period. I was telling Chase. Um, and I started The Studio, that like the Seth Rogen Apple TV Plus show, which is super stressful, but it's it's really good. So I recommend that as well.
Love it. Love it.
How are you doing, man?
How am I doing, man? I'm alright. What did I watch this week? I actually watched some movies besides indie this week. I watched what's it called? Complete Unknown. I watched, which I thought was okay. I liked the music. Obviously, the music was great. The movie itself, I think it was solid. It wasn't anything crazy. And then I finally watched Parasite, which was obviously incredible. 5 stars, no doubt about it. I mean, I think I texted them like 45 minutes into the movie, and I'm like, yeah, this is a 5 star movie. So, I mean, that goes to show how good that movie is.
Baby.
Perfect.
I've been watching Solo Leveling anime. I've been telling Christian and Schnur to watch it. I don't think Chase or Jagger would ever watch it, but that's all right. To each their own. Very good. Like 5 episodes in, or 4 or something like that. So keep going with that. And then Indie this week, which I finished up last night, which was great. So I think let's move over to Jagger with the news. What we got?
All right. This is like the biggest news week we've had since the inception of this podcast. So I think we all pick something from here that we like, and I'm gonna go. Do you guys think I'm going over or under a minute? I'm just gonna read everything because there's so much, and just pick something. We'll talk about stuff further.
Rep it.
I'll time it.
All right.
Ready?
3, 2,
2,
1,
1.
go. Heat 2 script has been turned in, and it's a prequel and a sequel. Kendrick Lamar and South Park creators comedy delayed to 2026. Black guy interning as a slave reenactor at a history museum when he discovers his white girlfriend's ancestors owned his family. Beyond the Spider-Verse, June 4th, 2027. Cillian Murphy will be back in 28 Years Later trilogy, but probably not the first one. Spider-Man Brand New Day. All 4 Beatles biopics will be released April 2028. First bingeable movie experience. Sinners has 2 post-credit scenes. Rick and Morty Season 8 this May. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Sequel rumored in development at Netflix with Tarantino's script by Fincher. Might not have Leo. Rip Val Kilmer. Maybe shouldn't have said that one there, but sorry. South Park Season 27. South Park Season 27, July 29th. Star Wars Tales of the Underworld. Tron Ares first trailer. Police had to remove people from theater because of screaming chicken jockey. Done.
Wow.
101.
1 minute.
Oh.
1 minute, 1 second.
101. I went a little over 2 there. Maybe could have been like a minute flat. I'll give you a minute flat.
Okay.
That's
I don't
pretty
mean to
special.
disrespect like Rip Val Kilmer. He's an absolute legend. And we just mentioned Heat 2 news. The gun scene from Heat, one of the greatest thing of all time, like shootout. He will be missed. I have to watch Tombstone too, like very badly. It's one of my
Yeah.
friend's favorites. He's been telling me to watch it. So
Christian,
like
you
on
haven't
Prime now,
seen
I think,
Heat?
right?
Sorry.
I've never seen
I
Heat.
haven't seen it either.
Crazy.
it is so good.
It's very
I
good.
think it's 10 all time for me right now.
Wow.
Yeah, Tombstone. I think I just saw it's on like Prime. I think it just came out on there.
Now that I'm like finally back into watching movies and not just binging a movie this show, I can actually like, watch things. Like I want to watch the Dollars trilogy. So I
Should.
think we go around like just pick something that I said and that you want to talk about further with each of us.
Can you further elaborate on whatever you said about a black man, a white woman, or whatever that was?
Yeah.
Was that South
I mean,
Park? I didn't hear it.
So
said.
it's South Park creators, Matt Stoney and Trey Parker, I think their
Yeah.
names.
Not Stone.
And Kendrick Lamar is, I don't know if he's acting in it, what he's doing, just collaborating. It's a black man who works at a museum is like a slave reenactor, just like going back, and then he finds out his white girlfriend is owned his family way back when, which is just an insane movie, an insane thing to like
Is that a
do.
spoiler?
And no, I mean that's what I got from there.
I mean, yeah, I'm just. It sounds like that would be a big twist in the movie. I
I
hope
think
that's
it's the
not
whole.
like.
I think it's just the premise. I think it's just like
Yeah,
the whole
It's.
premise of the movie.
yeah.
I mean, is there
But
spoilers in South Park?
I saw that and I'm like, I have to write this down word for word and like to so I could actually just say like what I just saw. I was looking at my car. I was like,
Wait,
What?
okay.
wait,
Yeah.
is this a South Park episode or is this a standalone movie?
No, this is a movie with Kendrick Lamar.
Live action.
Yep.
Wait, 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 wait.
It's not a South
I
Park
thought this
thing.
was like a South Park's like
No.
special.
No,
No.
this is a
What the
movie.
Fuck.
The plot actually kind of sounds interesting. I can't lie.
That sounds insane.
That's
Not even going for with
crazy.
y'all.
And then, oh, I forgot to mention Jordan Peele is producing. I don't think he's directing. Him, which is like a football horror conspiracy, like with the devil type thing, with like. So that
I'm very
movie's gonna
excited
be
for
memed
that.
so much. It's could probably be so fucking good.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I've never.
Hasn't
I
hasn't
don't think I've
missed.
ever heard of a sports horror movie. I don't think that's ever
Yeah.
been done. I mean, I think of horror and sports involved. I know like Final Destination has like some sports elements to it, but like it's not really like a sports horror movie. So that sounds super interesting.
Yeah.
All you have to do is watch the Yankees in October, and you know exactly what's gonna happen.
It's a good point.
The horror
Okay.
scene.
It's a good point. I think that the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood thing, I wanted to talk about that. One of like my favorite movies ever, my favorite Tarantino movie. I think it's also yours as well, Jagger. Um, why are we getting like at first I was like, why are we getting a sequel? I don't know if I like that. And then it's like, not only are we getting a sequel, but like Leo's not coming back. And then not only is Leo not coming back, it's not even Tarantino, it's David Fincher, and then it's gonna be on Netflix. And it like sounded fake. And I didn't like the sound of that, but like I don't know. It's apparently it was like that script for the movie critic, which was gonna be his 10th film. Um, they just turned it into this, and he didn't want to direct it. So I don't know. I guess like since he's still involved and like he wanted it to get made, I'll like have some faith, but I don't know if I like the sound of that.
I mean, I'm gonna be super excited. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Like it sucks that Leo wouldn't like because he made this vow like to never do sequels.
Hmm.
So and they've been talking about this like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood like deserves a sequel for so long. So I think it's just like it was on April Fool's, so it looked fake. It was like there's
Yeah.
absolutely no way Tarantino's writing this, Fincher's directing this, and it's a Netflix movie. So
Yeah.
Sounds
I
fake
also
to
maybe
me.
slop, but I love it.
I also think like part of the one of the great things about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is how like mysterious Cliff Booth's character is, and I like you don't really 100% know his backstory or like what he's like, and like diving deeper into him, like I don't know if that's like I don't know. I'm kind of mixed on it.
I don't know how you change it from like the movie critic, like it was a script being read, like now this is gonna be that. Like he just
Yeah.
turned it into it, just like with Cliff Booth. Like I don't understand that to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you hear the plot of like what the movie critic was gonna be?
Mm-mm.
It was apparently like a guy who wrote like movie reviews for like a porno magazine or something, and then I forget like what else happens, but that's like the central
How
premise.
are you
And they're
turning it into a Cliff Booth
yeah, I don't know. There's like
movie?
apparently Cliff Booth is like Tarantino envisioned him as like a huge movie buff, so like I don't know.
Well, he beat the shit out of Bruce Lee, so
Yeah,
It's the only good part of that movie.
get out of here.
No more spoilers.
Get out of
so
here.
good.
Spoilers.
We won't spoil for them, but
Um, Tron Ares. Are we kidding?
Why
Me
did
and
that
Sh-
show look good?
It looked fucking crazy. Me and Shano were freaking out online yesterday when we were talking about it.
I haven't seen Tron in so long. I forget everything. I forget the premise, like nothing about it. So like I don't understand. Like, could you explain it?
So I haven't seen it since my sophomore year of college. What is wrong with that? I haven't seen it in.
It just sounded like you were gonna say. So I don't really know what it's about.
Oh, yeah.
but-
Like, yeah, I know what it's about. I remember it, but I mean, I also haven't seen it in like 3 years, so I don't want to try to explain it and then butcher it. But me and Shano were talking about like, in the Tron Ares like trailer, it looked really cool, but I still don't know like what this next one's really gonna be focused on.
Well, it's
Um,
Worlds Collide. That's all I saw.
yeah, I mean, that's like kind of all we've seen though. Like I don't know.
And Jared Leto's face.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't like Jared Leto, but
Jared Leto's in the next one,
I
Jordan.
hope he's fine. Yeah, I mean, he was
Oh,
okay
God.
in Blade Runner 2049, and
He's
it seems like it
good.
has
He
like
was great.
similar
He was great.
vibes. So
I don't like him either. I'm with you.
He's
Jordan.
the
We've talked
villain,
about
right?
that a bunch of times.
yeah, he's horrible. But
Well, he's supposed to be the villain, and then Quicksilver. What's his name?
Evan Peters.
Evan Peters,
Evan
yeah.
Peters is supposed to be like the protagonist, right? That's basically all I know. When I saw cool
So-
visuals of driving motorcycles
So
in the
sick.
air.
Jared
stuff.
Leto's character is Ares. Like he's the title. So that's all I saw. Like on the
Yeah.
cast.
I'm an
Also,
Aries.
in terms of like, what did you say?
I said I'm an Aries.
Oh.
That's
Nice,
it.
dude.
I was gonna say in terms of
Preach.
premise, like the Tron movies are about kind of like a human getting sucked into a video game.
And there's like a
That's what the
grid and
last
like a whole
two-
nother like world.
Yeah, and that's what the last two were like getting sucked into a video game, but now it looks like this one is like the video game coming out into like
So it's
reality.
Pixels. So it's Pixels.
Kinda.
Movie with
Looks
Adam
like it.
Sandler.
It looks like
Okay.
that's what
It's
it's like.
pixels,
yeah.
but fucking sick.
I didn't see Pixels, but
Is it Disney?
Pixels is terrible.
It's Disney. Tron, the first
That
Tron
means it's
is.
cooked.
I like the first Tron. People.
I do want to rewatch it. It's
Well,
all
I
I've
think
not really
old-
I think
rewatched.
you guys should
Disney-
rewatch it.
Older Disney's not cooked, but newer Disney's
I-
cooked.
I associate Tron with Speed Racer. I don't know why. Like I think,
Speed
like, they're
Racer
the
is
same.
great. That's one
I
of
never
like
saw Speed Racer
my.
yet.
That's like a Jordan movie from like when I was a kid. I used to rip that all the time.
Jordan, have you seen the original Tron or just Tron Legacy?
I've seen the original Tron, but like that I haven't seen since I was like super young.
Okay, yeah, I never saw that one. I only saw Legacy, and we were talking about like I loved that as a kid.
I think you guys should rewatch Legacy. And I'm curious, like I watched it in college again, and I remember like being really sick. But I'm curious if you guys will like it if you watch it
The
now.
1982 Tron.
Yeah,
Oh, this movie
that's
looks
the
like
oldest
a
one.
fucking fever dream. Are we kidding?
No. Watch the 2008,
10.
whatever it is. 2010, yeah.
This one looks sick though.
It's on Disney Plus. See, that one I think is good, and the animation is cool for 2010, and that's why I'm really excited for this one because it looks really crazy. Is it going to be a good movie? I don't know, but I'm going to watch it, and I'll probably enjoy it just from just from
Jeff
the visuals.
Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is in
That's
it.
great. That's great.
I did
But
see
yeah.
that. I think Bobby Pat is playing Hermes in
Yeah,
that's official.
the Odyssey.
I
I
saw
don't know if it's
something like
official,
that.
but
I
there's
would.
like some rumor on it.
I hope it's not true. I wanted to play Poseidon so bad. So, but or what? Who is Hermes? Hermes is like the.
Hermes
he
is the
like
messenger guy, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby Pat's not messenger. He's him.
Make Tom Holland the messenger, bro.
Yeah.
I think Hermes is supposed to be like smaller too. I don't know.
Is he gonna put on that fucking stupid Mickey 17 voice too when he plays Hermes?
Yeah, probably, honestly.
Good, I can see that.
I hope not.
That's a good
Chase, what's
Hermes
your
voice.
what's your favorite part from the news? This long news segment.
Well, I was interested in the him movie, like you said, or I don't even think you brought that up. I think you just brought it up after the fact, right? I'm interested in that. I'm also interested in the South Park thing with Kendrick Lamar. There was one other thing that you talked about, but
The Beyond the Spider-Verse is something that we're just
Beyond
not
the
talking
Spider-Verse is
about.
big. Yeah,
Obviously.
that is big because you know what? I'll use that as mine because you know, you guys know we're all huge fans of the Toy Story original trilogy, so it's gonna be close to see if you know if this one delivers, then will this be considered the
Yes.
greatest animated trilogy ever?
Without a doubt.
Not even close.
Yeah,
So-
no
It will
shadow of
be.
the doubt.
If it delivers, so
If it sucks,
It'll deliver.
it's gonna bring down like the whole franchise.
the
if
only
it
reason
sucks.
why I'm worried that it's not because obviously we've talked about it so many times, but because it's taken so long and they've like redone the script like 10 different times. I don't even think like lines are recorded yet. It's just like it just feels like a mess. But I
Oh,
trust
wait.
them. I'm excited. I'm still excited. I hope they deliver. So
Still 2 years out.
I can't see how you make those first two movies and then don't deliver on the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
talk about the
footage looks
Godfathers then.
the screenshots look incredible. They look
Yeah,
really sick.
yeah.
You know what
Like the
also looks great?
Prowler, like with him. Oh my God.
Yeah.
The logo for Tom Holland's movie. If you
Brand
guys
New
saw
Day.
it, it's like a throwback to like original Spider-Man. It looks great.
Mm.
Yeah, I like
I
that too.
think it's gonna be so grounded, which is
I
awesome.
love
Like
it.
I'm excited for that. But
What do you mean by
according at the same
that?
time,
Like grounded?
it's
Like it's not gonna involve like the main conflict of like the other Avengers. It's gonna be like him fighting like city street crime and like
Oh, okay, I
yeah,
like that.
following his like
brand new
Yeah, he's
day,
not going to
brand new him.
space or some shit.
yeah.
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 Okay.
And with this is like, I mean, Sadie Sink, she's probably not gonna be Jean Grey, thankfully. And we could get like Harry Osborn. This is where like we're getting to like the Spider-Man story. Like this is what we're gonna get. No one knows who he is. Working at the Daily Bugle. Like it's gonna be great.
Let's do it. I'm excited for that.
Crazy. All right. Anyone else have anything that they want to mention about the news, or do we want to hop into these movies?
Hop in.
Jump into
Let's
the
do it.
movies.
So we had the Indiana Jones trilogy this week. Chase's absolute favorite. So it's only right that we start off with Raiders and Chase starts us off.
wow. Yeah. So I have Raiders up there. I've shown it many, many times to you guys and to our wonderful, ginormous fan base that we have. Um, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, Indiana Jones. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, series of movies in the world. I just absolutely love it. It hits every time I see it. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm not gonna read this one because I love it so much. I'm gonna do my own little thing. Raiders of the Lost Ark is about an archaeologist, a professor at this university who is recruited by the government to reach the Lost Ark of the Covenant before the Nazis get to it, and it takes you through his whole adventure through it while also juggling a love interest that comes along with him from his past. So it's essentially the race to the Lost Ark of the Covenant before the Nazis get there towards world domination. Um, Jacob's review, or was it Jordan? No, I think it was Jordan's review. The F the Nazis, right? Was that you, Jordan?
Fuck the Nazis. That was me.
Great review.
Thank you.
Totally. I really love that. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed. Even Jagger too. I'll let him talk about it a little later on. But you guys know that Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite movies ever. Probably in my top three, I would say. Um, it just hits every time. Like my favorite character, probably. I mean, amongst probably anyone, Indiana Jones. I think Harrison Ford is just so iconic. It's so good. It has a special place for me. It's more so like it has a good balance of nostalgia for me while also still, um, tailoring towards my interests and my liking. So there's so many great things in this movie. I mean, Steven Spielberg, the first 10 minutes of the movie, like I watched a whole doc on it. Like they truly film like at those locations. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm just trying to remember. I'm pretty sure like the first 10 minutes of the movie are all actually filmed in South America. A lot of their filming locations were on site, which I really love about the movie. But I have a lot of fun facts. I'll give those to you guys at the end towards our end of our Raiders conversation, but I'll let you guys jump in.
So I feel like it's now well known. Like I'm just not an Indiana Jones guy, and it just doesn't give me like that nostalgia. Like I don't get that like thinking back to like I had a whip as like a child. Like I don't get that for me. But I still did really enjoy this. Chase probably thought the thing they Chase texted me earlier in the week is like I know like what your gripes are gonna be, and I don't think it is. I think this is what you're referring to. I love that they fully buy into the cheesiness, like the corniness. Like I think it's awesome. They fully buy into it. It's great. If you're like teetering on the edge, and I think that's what a lot of the second one does, it's just too much. But like I think this is a perfect balance. Sound effects awesome, practical effects great. It took home 4 Oscars, and the most notable is sound. And like I was like the sound design is awesome in this movie. Um, what else I got? I wrote down a bunch of just little things because this is something that like I was like you guys all love and you'll defend. Like I wanted just like my headspace, so I wrote down like has Alfred Molina aged a single day? He's in it for 10 minutes, but but his death scene, like the practical effects look awesome for what 1981.
Yeah,
was
81. That was his first role, by the way.
awesome.
That was one of my fun facts. His
Is it
first
really?
role, Alfred Molina. Yeah,
Really?
or at least his
And
first big one that like put him on the scene.
you
I
see him in
saw.
No Way Home, and he looks like he just time traveled. Like it's
Might have.
ridiculous.
I never realized that was
The
him
action, really?
until yeah, not until this
He's in it for
watch.
nothing.
Yeah.
Um, but the action scenes are phenomenal. Like the truck scene in the ends. Like I was like Teeter, I was like, all right, I'm getting a little bit like I don't know about bored, but like I'm not loving it right now. And the truck scene alone like raised it for me so much. I was like, that was awesome. Like I didn't want that to end. But Harrison Ford's obviously great. Who's got a fire truck going through their house right now?
Oh my god.
um, someone have the female lead actress's name?
I don't know her name, but Marion in the movie it's Marion. I don't know her actress name, but
Did not like Marion. I think she expresses fear great, but besides everything else, like I just did not think she was a great actress during this. Like the
Karen
first initial
Allen.
scene, she's like Indiana Jones. Like I knew you'd come back, and he like looks away and he punches her in the face, or he doesn't punch her in the face. She punches him in the face. I just wasn't like fully bought into it, and I think a lot with this franchise is I don't buy into the female like actresses in this. Like I don't love them, and I don't feel attached to them. I feel attached to Indy's wittiness and stuff. And also, lastly, before I pass it on, the punches are worse than Godfather in this movie. The punches are terrible. And Christian talked about a couple weeks ago, Harrison Ford's punches are so loud. You see them making no contact, and I think I just get hit with like a flashbang. It was so loud. But I enjoyed it, and like I'm glad I rewatched it and gave this instead of just having this mindset, just like, oh, I'm not a fan.
so quick question, Jagger. If you did buy into the love interest, would that raise it to like a 4.5 level for you?
Yeah, we'll spoil mine a little. I'll give it a 4, but probably if I was more bought into that, like I don't think it could ever reach 5 for me. Just not my type of movie.
Okay.
But it did a lot of things great, and it deservingly so took home 4 Oscars and awesome. I just did not love her. The supporting characters are just a reoccurring theme for me in this. I don't love. That's it.
This movie's awesome. I yeah, I love it. I also I know Jagger said like, he didn't really grow up loving it or anything. I was one of the people that grew up loving this. I used to have a hat and a whip when I was younger. Hadn't seen this in a couple years. So great to revisit it. I kind of went in hoping to feel that like childlike wonder again, while also finding more appreciation for it as someone like who's older. Notice more things about, I don't know, Harrison Ford's performance, about Steven Spielberg's direction, and I got both of those like completely. So yeah, I completely loved that. Definitely was like silly and cheesy. That car sequence, like you mentioned, Jagger. Another reason why I thought Stagecoach was such a great precursor because Stagecoach has like one of the greatest chase sequences I've ever seen. And then this kind of you can see the touches of that in this chase sequence with the trucks. And I think that's a consistent throughout the whole franchise is these awesome chase sequences. But this one is like the one in the franchise, I think. Um, yeah, it was so good. I also was telling Chase like I just with this and with Star Wars, every time I watch them, I constantly think of the Lego games because I was just like I played them when I was younger. It's like so many different parts where I was just thinking about the Legos. Specifically that like fight on the plane at the end with the bald guy when he gets his head like caught in the propeller. Like I just remember that so vividly from the game. But I love like this race to the Ark kind of thing. I think that's, and we'll talk about it later in the other movies, or especially with the second one. But I like how there's kind of like a race to the Ark between Indy and between the Nazis. I love the opening sequence, obviously. His introduction as he like, cracks the whip and then steps into the light. One of the best character introductions ever, probably. And then obviously running away from the boulder. It's just it's just iconic for a reason. Um, what was it? Okay, and then the ending I'll touch on quick. Um, just still like incredible. I love how it gets supernatural, and again, like that's a common theme throughout the franchise. But at this point, kind of same thing where I was talking about with like Invincible season one. You don't really know how crazy it's gonna get after. With this, like you don't really know that it's a very like supernatural type of story. You're just kind of looking for an artifact, and then all of a sudden these like demons come out of the ark and it's like it goes crazy and that whole sequence is just so good like the melting the face is still just an unbelievable moment. And I love it. I love that whole ending. This movie is, yeah, I mean, it's not like one of my favorite movies of all time. Maybe it's close. Like, it's not as, I don't love it as much now as I did when I was a kid, where it was like the best thing I'd ever seen. Um, but it's definitely like the adventure movie for me. I don't think anything defines the genre quite like this does.
Yeah, I mean Raiders is by far the best indie movie, and it's just so phenomenal. I'll try to touch on a couple things that wasn't brought up. First of all, the score. I know Jagger, you mentioned the sound, but the score is maybe top five in all of movies. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's so much fun, and I think that brings you like so much more into this character. The opening scene you touched on, Jacob, like the first 20 minutes of him like running away from the boulder is just absolutely fantastic. There's this one shot when he's walking across the sand and there's it's kind of like a far view, but like the sunset is going down behind him. I don't know if you guys like know exactly what I'm talking about, but it was absolutely beautiful.
The silhouette, right?
Yeah, it's just perfect.
When they're like mining. That
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Um I somewhat agree with Jagger that like Marion's kind of annoying and that is a constant theme throughout the three movies, but I also love how his female love interest is like they're always fighting and then like Indy's always playing hard to get, but then they like end up kissing each other like they're doing, and then right after they're like, oh, I fucking hate you, and then they kiss and they're like, oh, I hate is I like I find that so funny, and I think they do that intentionally. So like I like that about it. But yeah, I mean this is by far the best indie movie. Yeah, and there was the one scene when he's going up against like a 1v1 battle with the samurai guy, and instead of like going into like a hand-on-hand
It's
combat, he just pulls out
classic.
a gun and shoots him. Like that, I feel like that's one of the more classic scenes in the movie too. Like that was so great. Yeah,
These movies are like brutal. Like he just gunned a man down in the
yeah.
street, and like people die in like horrific ways throughout
Yeah,
the whole franchise. I'm like, holy shit.
that's one
Yeah.
thing. I was looking at like the ratings, and I think the first one's like PG-13, and then Temple of Doom is somehow PG. Like that's the
It's a
scariest movie of
lie.
all time.
It's R.
And the third one's like PG-13, but people are getting like run over by like tank tracks and like
Dude.
getting chopped off with like propellers is crazy.
So
Pretty sure.
yeah, go
I'm
ahead,
sorry.
Schneider. I
I
think
was
you're
gonna say, I'm
gonna.
pretty sure that scene was improvised too, right? Like the was that what you were gonna say,
Yeah,
Chase?
Sick.
that was one of my fun facts. That scene where he
Yeah.
pulls out the gun and shoots him is improvised. And the guy, the sword guy, was actually like a true professional sword person. I don't know what you would call that,
Yeah.
but he
Swordsman.
trained for like months and months for his big scene, and then Indiana or Harrison Ford pulls out his gun and just pops him. And I
What
remember
was it supposed to be? Was it
they were gonna
supposed to
have a
be
true
like
duel. They were gonna have a true duel, and I remember seeing that the guy was pissed, like pissed that they pulled that scene because of how much training he did.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
mean, I
also
probably
too,
would be.
Jordan, on your Temple of Doom PG thing. So PG-13 wasn't a thing yet. I read before
Oh, I feel
the
like we
Temple
always
of
talk
Doom,
about this when I bring up the ratings.
and they made PG-13 for this movie, Temple of Doom specifically. Like
No
that's how that
way.
that's
happened. Yeah, because they were
wild.
like, this can't be PG,
Yeah.
and they like ended up bringing that out. That was
They're
like one of the
eating
big
monkey
deciding
brains,
factors.
dude. They're eating monkey
Dude,
Yeah.
brains. And
that
it's
movie's terrifying.
scarred me when I was a kid.
It is scary. But
Yeah.
yeah, going back to the samurai scene, like it's funny how the guy trained for months, but in such like Indiana Jones fashion, he just like gets it over with quick and just shoots him instead of going into battle, which was so great. But yeah, I love this movie, so I'll let you who's next, Jordan? I'll let you
Yeah.
say your
Yeah, this is definitely the best indie movie by far, I think. Um, which is kind of upsetting because after I watched this one, I was kind of excited for the next two, and I think the second one was definitely a decent step down, and the third one a little bit better than the second one, but we'll get to that. But yeah, Raiders was great. I have written down um, like it's goofy. It's just like so goofy and corny, but it's like really fun to watch. Um, I remember I think Christian or Schnur touched on it. The ghosts when the Nazis like opened up the was it the Covenant or
The Ark.
or
the Ark? Thank you.
Ark of the Covenant.
Um, and like all the ghosts came out, and it's just like the Nazis like faces are like melting, and they're like screaming like little girls. I was like dying laughing. I don't know why. I thought it was so funny. But yeah, I mean, I think on against Jagger's point, I think in this movie compared to the other two, the female um actress in this one isn't as bad as the other two. I think
Are we
this
gonna have to
was
rank
flawed.
them? Because there is one that is so far. Like spoiler for the Last Crusade. I'm like, oh, I actually like this lead actress, and she turns out to be a fucking Nazi. I'm like, are you kidding me?
No, I didn't
The other
like
two are
her.
insufferable.
The second one was definitely the worst. The Temple of
Yeah.
Doom, she's
Yeah.
the
Willie,
worst.
Dude,
Willie
that's
is
I don't
maybe the
know.
worst
I
character of
feel like
all
that's
on,
the
let's get
point,
into that
though.
in a
That's the
minute.
point.
We'll get to it. We'll
We'll
get
get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Um, but yeah, I mean, Raiders is great. I mean, I don't want to be a broken record here, but we touched on all the insane moments, the classic parts. So, I mean, I put this at a 5. This
Yeah.
is just absolute classic.
Another thing that I love about these movies is going back to Jacob's point with playing the video game when they travel like across the world in the plane. I love how they bring up the map with like the
Yeah.
red dot, like
Yeah.
where they're going. It's just so iconic. I love it.
That's
Yeah,
so
that's a great
classic. I
point.
literally wrote that down too. It's insane. And
Yeah.
like Sher was talking about earlier, like with the Lego games, I used to rip those Lego games. Like
Oh,
that's what
yeah.
I remember it from.
Yep.
Me and our good friend Lucas, we played that when we were kids. We've been friends since we were in like kindergarten, and I think we played it over like 3 times or something. Like we beat it 3 times. It's
Great.
just classic. It's a great game.
I was a complete saga type of guy. Like that was my jam. I just 100%ed it 2 years ago.
Obviously.
Did you have something to say, Chase? I was
Yeah. Well, I wanted to jump into a couple fun facts, but you can go ahead if you have a point to make.
I was just gonna say, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but I was gonna mention how bad this show is. But Big Bang Theory, uh,
Horrible.
it's like I hate that show. I was gonna mention it in my review, but they have like an episode or a moment where they talk about how Indiana Jones like doesn't really need to be in the story for Raiders of the Lost Ark. Like he just doesn't impact the story at all. It's like if he was there or not, like the Nazis would still find the Ark, they'd still open it, and they'd still all die, and they would still like go back into some museum probably. So it's like I don't know. How do you guys think about that?
That's crazy.
I mean, it's funny.
That's
That's funny to think
that's
about.
hilarious to think about that the main character isn't like
Needed.
pivotal to the story.
I
Yeah.
feel like you could bring that up for so many movies. Like that's so
Yeah.
dumb.
I also think you don't like. I think he does need to be in this movie. I don't know. Like he like
Yeah.
speeds up the process. He finds it. Like I don't know. Like doesn't he lead them there pretty much like to that
Yeah, he kind
location?
of like leads
Yeah.
them towards the arc, and then
Yeah.
he literally finds it, like you said. So
Yeah.
It also take out like the fun action other side of the story, like in the movie. How do you
Yeah.
not have Indiana Jones in the
Yeah.
movie?
Well,
It's
obviously. I
reason.
mean, it's Big Bang Theory. They're like
It's Big Bang Theory. Oh,
hitting,
worse than that
but
is Young Sheldon. So which is the prequel.
Don't Sheldon the TikToks like I almost make me cry sometimes. Like I
dude,
get
they're
like,
so
I'm
sad.
like wait, I'm like wait, this show is good.
It's deep.
I also you didn't mention it, Chase. We talked about it a little bit. I thought it was gonna be your point was the shadows.
oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. The shadows are so good. Like the way he uses shadows. I sent Chase a picture right away when Indiana Jones like first meets up with Marion and you see his big shadow on the back wall behind her. You don't actually see him. And I like literally paused it and sent Chase a picture and I was like, holy shit, like let's go. Like, we're so back. Because it's just such a sick shot. Like throughout the whole movie they have those cool like shadows the whole time. Kind of I was gonna use the word aura, but like it does like
Aura.
make Indiana Jones feel like this cool kind of like larger than life hero. That,
He's
like,
got
even when you're
aura.
not seeing him, he's its presence that's there.
I also like how they bring in the other element to his story of him being like a teacher and him like teaching his class and how he like teaching them about like whatever he's gonna go out and explore and then that happens like as the archaeologist. I think that's really cool.
That's like one of my favorite parts.
This dude don't teach. He
Yeah.
don't teach. He just gets flirted with, and then he hops out the window in the last one.
Yeah.
whenever he's got to deal with actual
Yeah.
teaching stuff.
I think that was one of my biggest complaints about the second one because I don't think that element is in it.
Mm-mm.
I said the same thing to Chase also. Like I liked again, let's go back to like the Lego games, but I liked playing as him or like watching him as like kind of a casual guy that's doing these crazy things. And then he like doesn't really that's not that element isn't in Temple of Doom at all. But
A couple of fun facts I wanted to rip for you guys. I think this one's more well known. I know Christian knows it. Tom Selleck was originally supposed to play Indiana Jones, but he had to drop out because of a different commitment. If you guys don't know who Tom Selleck is, he's Richard from Friends. I feel like that's where we all know him from. So that's great. The sword seems improvised, like I said. All the snakes in this movie, they're all real. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yuck.
The boulder scene, the iconic rolling boulder scene, was shot with a real 300-pound fiberglass boulder, and Harrison Ford outran it 9 out of 10 takes, and he tripped on one take, and that's the one that they actually used, where he almost got crushed by the boulder in real life. So that's pretty
Damn.
cool. And a lot of Harrison Ford's injuries in the movies were actually real. I know he tore his ACL doing that truck scene where he takes the whip and he goes under the truck and he's like climbing under the truck. Like that's all him doing that stunt. And he tore his ACL doing that scene. And he also had really bad bruised ribs. So this guy took an absolute beating in this movie. A lot of injuries that had to postpone filming. But those are some of the fun facts from Raiders. But I got some more for you guys as we go.
There
Love
was I loved one of like my favorite shots in the movie, honestly, was with those snakes. That's so cool. They were like all real. There's like a shot where after Marion gets thrown down in like that snake area where they find the ark and like her shoe is off and they show like a shot of her shoe with a snake like going through it and climbing through the
Yeah.
toe. I love that shot so much. And I was also gonna say on the boulder thing, you ever see I think it was at like Disney World or something where the
Yep.
stunt guy actually got like crushed by it. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
that video?
They have like the show at Disney.
Oh,
It's
yes.
like the live show.
Is he okay?
And they had to stop the show, right?
I think so. I don't know. I see the clip like all the time of the guy getting crushed, but I've never seen anything else on
I've
it.
never seen that.
It's crazy.
I hate snakes. Like snakes are one of like my only like true fears. Like I like I saw my resident. I'm like snakes are the worst. I would never go down into that pit of just a ton of them. He was face to face with like a python or whatever, the cobra. What is
Cobra.
it?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
a part of that fun fact too,
Cobra.
they had like a bunch of snakes already for that scene, and Spielberg felt that it wasn't enough, so they got like an additional like 7,000 snakes for that scene, which is
Insane.
That's
crazy.
just mass Costco ordering snakes. But I think Harrison Ford is literally the perfect actor for like you just mentioned like Tom Selleck. Like Tom Selleck's like a James Bond type of guy. Like this is like Harrison Ford's role. Like the iddiness, like this is him.
Yeah,
A little grittier.
Mm. Tom Selleck's too cool.
he is. He is.
Yes.
Should we do ratings for Raiders?
Harrison Ford's pretty cool. I gave it a
Harrison Ford is
5.
cool.
We know it's a 5 for me. I don't have to tell you guys.
I give it a 4.5. It's on the cusp.
I have it at a 5.
I'm at a 4.
Okay. Now let's get into Temple of Doom. I think we take a little step down here, but let's go to Jagger, see what he has to say.
All right, let's read this letterbox description for this movie. If adventure has a name, it must be Indiana Jones.
So facts.
That's good. That's good. If only the rest of the movie was this good. After arriving in India, Indiana Jones is asked by a desperate village to find a mythological stone. He agrees and stumbles upon a secret cult plotting a terrible plan in the catacombs of an ancient palace. I just don't love the ride we go on here. Like I don't. There's so much. This leans so much more into goofiness than it does cheesiness for me. Like I'm like some of the stuff like Willie. Like, everything with Willie just seems so silly and goofy. She's like Harrison Ford is looking for her in a scene or looking for something in a scene, and then she's like, "I'm right here. I'm here. I'm here." About 100 times. I'm like, we just don't need that. Like stuff like that just is a reoccurring theme in this movie for me, and I do not like it at all. Um, Short round sucks. For me,
No,
Crazy
no,
take.
no, no,
Sucks.
no, no, no,
That's a
no.
crazy
Short round
take.
sucks. He's an annoying little kid. Like he's cute at first, but you get more than 10 minutes of it, and I'm like, shut up. Like just like stop.
need to chime in
It's just
real quick.
annoying to me, and it sucks because Ki Hoi Kwan. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy, but everything he's in, like, I'm just like, I'm kind of annoyed. Like, I just say, I don't know what it is about him. I'm sure he's a great guy, but I just don't love it.
I
Christian,
think
you
we need to
can
stop
chime
your
in.
review right there.
Right? Can I?
You can chime in.
I want to hear something really quick. So, Jagger Has War for the Planet of the Apes at a 5 out of 5, and there's a monkey. He's like a neurotic monkey that kind of plays a similar type of
Dude,
character.
That is hilarious. That
Why?
is,
What's the
he's in there.
difference?
He's in there, but he's in there for like how long? He's not the pivotal like point
An
of this
hour?
movie. No, he's not. He's
Yeah,
not.
he is. I just watched it.
But he's the only he is the only comedic element in the entire story, and I think it's good to have like a relief character like this. Like when you have an already like goofy, like corny movie, and you add like an over the top, like goofy, corny, like child like this into it, it just doesn't.
Okay, that makes
It
sense.
doesn't work for me. Like it works for me in War because it's like it is so different and like something you just don't have and you don't see in the first two movies at all.
War is
That's fair.
maybe one of like the most serious movies I've ever seen.
It's so serious. You're tossing this guy. I
Woody
think it
Harrelson
adds
is
to
like
it.
a stone cold killer in that.
Yeah, he's,
Yeah.
he's
Oh,
good in
short
that.
round. Short round is so good. Like when he gets introduced, he takes his hat. He goes, "Okie dokie, hold on to your potatoes, Doctor Jones." He turns his hat around. It's so
Dude,
good.
I don't
Great.
mind him.
See,
I think he's
some of
funny.
that, but it's just like it's just too much for me. I just don't like it. I know it's such a hot take, like it's insane. Maybe when we do hot takes, it'll be like short round sucks is just my hot take.
Yeah. I know we
But-
talked about like the drop kicks and Memories of Murder too, and Short Round kept drop kicking people, and I just kept dying laughing.
This
So funny.
dude was taking on multiple men and fucking them up. No
Awesome, dude.
chance. No
He's been
chance.
trained by Indy. For
No,
years
no,
he's
he
been
is
Dude,
trained
he
by
has
not.
crazy
No, he's
karate
not.
skills. You kidding?
No, he is not. He does. When he, I said it the other day when we were like on PlayStation or something like that. When he climbs the ladder, goes to the ladder and catches onto the rope, I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, no way that just happened right now.
Uh,
He's
I
a
was
special
dying.
fighter, dude.
I'd say he's the best part of this movie.
He's a special fighter.
No, he is not.
Easily.
The horror element is the
Could
best
wait.
part of this movie. I think there are good elements, but the editing for me takes a huge step back in like for this. Some of the scenes I'm like, that is like it's like that's not what I just saw. Like especially with the waterfall scene where they're like shooting through the walls and they pan to they immediately just pan to like some over the top scene and it is like completely fine. Like the waterfall is not damaged, anything like this. Doesn't look like anything. It all like it just seems poor to me and I just feel like they just took like massive step back and I could only imagine like the people that like loved Indiana Jones and watched it in 1981 and then went to the theater were so pumped for this. I want to know like how they felt. Like did they love this no matter what because it was Indiana Jones or were they like disappointed be like
They're
that
throwing
wasn't
tomatoes
great?
at the screen.
Yeah. Boo.
Jagger's the one guy in the theater throwing tomatoes at Short Round.
Jagger, let's get
Yeah.
you at a Minecraft showing. Let's make that
Oh
a
my god.
piece
Oh,
of
you'll just yell
content.
chicken jockey the whole time. What do you mean?
All right, cool. So I'm up. Jagger, you're done. You're done hating.
Done
One
with the
last
short
thing.
round hate. Uh-oh.
One last thing.
One last
when
thing.
they're it's a fun ride when they're on like the whole minecart. Awesome. It's like a
Oh,
cool thing.
that was the best
But
part
when
of the
they
movie.
say that they're going too fast and they pan to like a side of them, they're going 5 miles an hour. They're not going fast at all. But I'm sure that's a Disney ride or something somewhere. It has to be, because that is a ride.
It's not.
Yeah, which is crazy.
It's not. So
Who hasn't
they
ate
have
that?
they have a ride in California that me and Christian used to love as kids. I know. That's more based on Raiders, but I know that they're making a ride in Disney now, and I'm pretty sure it like a big piece of it is going to be based on that portion of the movie, which is
Should be.
sick. Like imagine
Should
like
be.
Indiana Jones, Short Round, and
It's great.
freaking Willie are on the left cart, and you're on like the right cart, and you're going along with them like this. Oh my god.
Do you know
I'll throw
when
Willie
that's
out the
coming
cart.
out?
I think it's the next like 2 to 3 years. It's gonna open.
I think I'm going in November. I don't
Oh
think
yeah, I
it'll
won't
be
be open
out.
by then.
Yeah,
They're
that
totally
sucks.
revamping. Like they're making like a bit, dude. They're making a sick. Not to get off topic, but they're making a sick Monsters Inc. ride. I saw like the plans for it, dude. Oh my god, it looks insane. I actually can't wait to ride it when I go.
Like with the doors, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and you
that
go
looks
through the
sick.
doors and like you're in the warehouse, like on the top of the warehouse. It's sick.
We should do a podcast trip and we can live stream the whole thing.
Yeah, we should.
Like those people on TikTok live that just take videos
Yeah.
of the ride.
Yeah.
I swear, I sit down and watch it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, those are great. All right, Christian, what do you say? Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So first off, yes, this is a step down. It's the worst Indiana Jones movie, but Jagger gave it a little bit too much hate, in my opinion. To start, I think the one thing that's big in these movies is the opening scene, and you see it throughout all three movies. And this opening scene is so unexpected, and he's at like an Asian restaurant, and he's trying to get this diamond or whatever, and then they poison him with the drink, and he's like trying to fight for like the serum to save his life. And then that's where he also meets his love interest in this movie. And then you also later, soon after, get um, introduced to Short Round. Short Round is so fucking good, dude. I don't know what you're saying. I also love how he calls him Dr. Jones throughout the movie. It's just so
Oh,
Dr.
great.
Jones. Yeah.
Dr. Jones to you, lady. Dr. Jones.
So awesome. So
So
I
great.
love the opening scene. You touched a little bit on the minecart scene. That's my favorite scene in the movie. Some of the horror elements are pretty good. It's definitely totally makes sense that it's PG-13 for this, like ripping hearts out and doing all that type of stuff. But I also like how there's like the scenes in like with that remote what would you call it, like community or tribe or whatever they are, and basically they're like fighting to get their stone back, and they kind of view like India as like a god, like he was God sent to like go and get the stone back for the village, and I think that's a really cool element to it. Um, but yeah, the reason why I really don't like this movie mainly is because of Willie. I think Willie is trash. She's screaming and crying the entire movie. Oh, save me. Like just shut up already. Like enough is enough. It's just annoying. So that's like my main complaint about the movie.
oh,
And there goes Schnur.
Uh-oh.
Right.
disappeared. Schnur has disappeared from the scene.
Schnur
I'm
is
in for
gone.
I'm in for a good editing session tomorrow.
Schniggle's
Bro.
great Wi-Fi crashed.
Well, continue, Christian, while his
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
we could just keep
Can I
going.
can I go off that Willie thing? Talk
Yeah.
about the campfire scene. That thing was horrific when she would just like turn
What
around
on
and
it?
be at different animals, and she would just like scream and yell, and Indiana just Short Round are just like
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there
shut
talking.
up.
Hate that. I literally
Yeah.
wrote down, I'm like,
But
this is like
but
After Hours condensed into like a Short Round, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But I love how at the end, they're back in the village and the elephant like squirts water on them when they're like kissing. It was like a good like full circle kind of moment to that part, which was funny. But Jagger's not liking it.
Nah, I wasn't with it either. Schnorr's
Uh,
back.
yeah, those are really my thoughts. There's not much more substance I feel like in this movie. I didn't really love it. 3.5 stars for me. I wouldn't say I didn't love it. It's just a step down.
You
So
say you don't love it 3.5, but I feel like 3.5 is pretty good.
It's a good movie. I just didn't. It's good and then there's love. All right, it's different.
No, I feel like for Indiana Jones movie, 3.5 is low.
I find
I
it
fair. No,
I
no. Like I put the same thing. I'm saying Jagger said like for not loving it, you gave it a 3.5. Like I
Yeah,
didn't love it. I also gave it a 3.5. I feel
yeah.
like it's a fair score.
um I find it interesting that you guys brought up the points of them going away from the professor like roots and like him being a teacher and all that. Because that was a big complaint during like the intercession between Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. I know that's a big reason why a lot of people didn't love this movie, including myself. Like with you guys, I know we all feel the same way from what you guys have been saying. How we liked that part of it in Raiders, and we're glad that they went back to that in the Last Crusade. But um, this movie again, like you guys said, leans on the horror element. I think that this movie, honestly, now is scarier to me than it was when I was a kid because I feel like I can just like consciously understand what's going on, more so now than I could when I was younger. Um, I mean, ripping the heart out scene is just absolutely just like a brutal watch, and I still can't fully understand why he's alive after his heart gets ripped out. I assume it's because of this spell that he's under by the what was it, the Kali? I forget what they call it. The whatever the Kali, I think it was the Kali god or something. Um, but another thing with this movie too that was super controversial at the time was how they were stereotyping India and people from India because they were portrayed as like these poor, just like bottom feeder people, that are at the bottom of the food chain. And I know that they weren't happy with that, how they were portrayed, and it was a lot of people considered this movie a bit racist.
I didn't think
So
about that, especially with like the dinner scene when they're eating like monkey brains and bugs and
yeah,
eyes
like
and all.
none of that. Yeah, like none of that is obviously real. I mean, I don't, not to my knowledge, unless you're a sicko, but
Sicko.
I know that that was a super big thing when this movie came out that I was reading online about, and a big reason why a lot of people didn't like it. I disagree about Willie. I think Willie is also absolutely hysterical in this movie. Um,
Ugh.
Great fun fact while I'm on the topic of Willie. Willie is actually Spielberg's wife in real life. They met during the filming of this movie. Um,
Oh, you
but
sly dog. You sly dog, Spielberg.
but I think that Willie, and this goes back to Marion too. I think that the reason why Marion and Indy work so well is because they're both two hard nosed people, and like they kind of just clash, but like that's what makes them so great together. I think Willie's a good change of pace because she's like the opposite, and it's just like Harris or Indiana Jones just wants like kind of like a one night stand type of girl, you know, like it just seems like he's in it for the pleasure rather than the love, like he is with Marion, which I think is so cool. I think Willie's hysterical. I also think Short Round is hysterical. I think that's one of the craziest takes I've ever heard. That Short Round is Short Round's not enjoyable in this
It's
movie,
funny for 10 minutes, and
but
then he's not.
um. Yeah, definitely a step down. You guys know I'm an Indiana Jones glazer, but I'm more than willing, okay, admitting that this movie is a step down. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. It's a step down. I'm sorry if I seen any of your points, Christian, because I missed your whole thing. Um, but I also did really like the horror type aspect of it. The heart ripping out scene, like you said, Chase, just like still hits. I think that's probably my favorite moment. And Molaram, his design, like the way he's lit in every scene that he's in, it's like so intimidating. Like he's not any kind of deep character. He's really just like an evil figure. But I think that he definitely brings that intimidating presence. I I mentioned in my Raiders like review just there how I love how it's kind of like a race to the Ark. It's like a race to this artifact. And also the arc itself, and I'm going back to Raiders, but the arc itself is like so beautiful and big, and this is like a heist movie trying to like steal a little rock. I know it's like powerful, but it's like more of a heist movie than a race, which I think I can appreciate them going a different route, but I definitely didn't like that as much. Um, I think like it's definitely sillier, but I also think it's a lot darker than Raiders. Like it's definitely the darkest of the movies. We mentioned the horror elements, but it's super dark. Um, and not just like the heart ripping out scene, but even just like the lava vortex and all like the slave children, like the torture of them. It's all crazy. Um, and then with the monkey brains, like that whole dinner scene, like I don't like that either, really. I just thought like I did for a bit. It's kind of like you said, Jagger. Like it's funny at first, and then it gets old. There were just like so many gags about like what the stuff they were eating, and I was like, all right, like it's not that funny. Just wrap it up. Um, and yeah, I think, and I agree with Jagger also on Willie. I think Willie sucks. She's just like she's like backwards on the elephant, like screaming, kicking her feet, or like when they're literally about to get crushed by that like rock thing with spikes, and she's just
Yeah,
screaming about the bugs, and Indy
Oh
literally
my
says like
god.
shut up. He literally
yeah.
tells her to shut up, and it's like thank you. Like yeah, she's really brutal. I didn't really like her, and I didn't like that whole like you mentioned how they were like kind of butting heads and then like but they like had an attraction to each other. I just was like I don't know. I didn't really care for that romantic element of it. Love Short Round. Love the mine cart chase sequence. It's so good. I love how it goes like first person point of view and it literally looks like a roller coaster. It's really cool. And yeah, I used to literally have nightmares about this movie as a kid. I used to literally have nightmares
Same.
about them like capturing me and like making me a slave and then like ripping my heart out.
I used to have them
It's like
too.
it was yeah, this movie scared me as a kid. It definitely is still the horror elements are still there, I think.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and he's like, "Oh, what movie are you watching this week?" And I was like, "Oh, Indiana Jones." And I was like, "I rewatched Temple of Doom. Like, I remember watching it as a kid in the living room, and I was terrified of it. And then I rewatched it, and I was like, should I have been terrified of this movie?" And I'm watching it, and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, this is still like kind of creepy." Like, obviously now I'm like, okay, whatever. But like as a kid, I was like, okay, yeah, I was right to be terrified of this movie because it actually is scary. Like Smart House, right, Chase?
Oh my God, that's the scariest movie on the market. You know
Obviously.
that. We should do that for a horror segment when we get it.
Oh God, no, I can't get through it. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna hit on the same points that you guys have been talking about, but I'll just go quickly. Like the car track was probably like my favorite part of the movie, and that and like the beginning, all that other stuff, I was kind of like, it was fine. Um, I feel like in this movie, like obviously Indy's always pretty close to dying, but I don't think anyone's ever almost died more than him in this movie. Like he almost died so many times. And I feel like there was a lot of points in the movie where with like the spikes where it's coming down and then it goes back up or whatever. And then like I forget what happened. Either like she hit something or Indy hit something and it was like coming back down on them. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And then they did it again with Willie when she was getting like lowered and she goes all the way down and then Indy brings her all the way back up and then she goes all the way back down. I'm just like, all right, come on. Though that part of the movie I feel like was kind of repetitive and I didn't
Keep
like
you on
love
your
it.
toes, man. Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I don't know. It was like annoying. I was like, okay, I know she's gonna get back up. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
That was I honestly was gonna say this was like I get that 100%. I think this was a little bit less repetitive than Raiders, honestly. Which again, like going back to Raiders, like I feel like that whole movie, like, and I love it, but like it's very much he goes somewhere, he tries to like get something, he gets captured, and then he escapes, and then he goes somewhere else, gets captured again, escapes, and this was like all like down in this little area, kind of like scheming, and he does like
Yeah,
kind of get stolen for a second, then like comes back to reality and escapes. But I like that it was like less of that, and I definitely like again like definitely this is my least favorite of the original trilogy, but I at least appreciate and like that they like took a little bit of a different turn there.
spice it up. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. And I think I just like the traditional like 80s movie like what you're saying like goes here, this happens, has a plan, gets captured, gets out of it. Cuz I feel like that's almost like very Star Wars-esque too.
yeah,
Like that kind of happens in Star Wars a lot. And I kind of just like, you know what's going to happen, but I kind of enjoy it. And I can respect like, trying to keep the audience on their toes, but I was honestly just like more annoyed at it than I enjoyed it. Um, but that being said, I mean, Short Round was great. He's so funny. I was laughing at him, had him the entire movie. I can't believe you didn't like that scene with the ladder, Jagger. That was so
No,
funny.
I'm not like that. I like that. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, no way he actually just did that.
Yeah, that
But
was
do you
great.
guys like the scene where he just wakes Indy up from this deep spell just by saying Dr. Jones?
No,
he
well, he
burns
hits him
Yes,
with
it's
the
so
fire.
sentimental.
Oh, the
When
fire.
he
Yeah, that
burns
makes
him,
sense. I was just
yeah.
trying to think back. Yeah, so
Yeah.
his love doesn't do shit for him. He just has pain. That's it.
Yeah, he just kept smacking people with like the fire, and they're like waking up.
I'm
How do
sorry,
you
man.
guys
Kick it.
feel about
I'm sorry. I could kick that fucking fire stick away from him real quick.
Dude, I just thought of something else absolutely hilarious in that scene when, like, after they escape and Molaram just like goes through a little trap door under the floor. I was crying. He like rolls under a trap door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That's in the
so
game.
funny.
That's in the Lego game too.
Is it?
Yeah. How
Yeah,
did you guys
I
how
don't
did you
remember
guys
that from the
feel
game.
about the how did you guys feel about the bridge scene? Because that's one of my favorite Indiana Jones moments when his shirt's all ripped up and he's got the big sword in right hand and the
Yeah,
whip in the or the totem in the other and
I like that one.
he's like, I'm gonna cut it and then he takes it and he just cuts the bridge off and then he starts speaking to Short Round in Chinese. He's telling him what to do. It's so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that too. And I looked up like the budget of this compared to the first, which I think like understandably Spielberg got a bigger budget, and that was kind of like one of the things I didn't. Another thing I didn't really love is that it felt smaller budget than Raiders, even though it was bigger, especially with like some of the special effects scenes. But that one scene, I think like I'm sure that cost a ton of money to do that practical
Yeah.
bridge splitting, and that scene is awesome. It's like one of my favorites as well.
I hate the editing in that scene, like with the cutting to the cross, like the alligators down there. I think it just looks poor and looks like so out
It
of
does look bad.
place.
It is bad. Um the minecart chase that I want to tell you guys was originally intended for Raiders, but they didn't have the technology to do it yet. So this says it took pretty much 4 years for them to kind of figure out how they were going to do that, and then they included it in Temple, and it feels such a perfect addition into Temple. Like I can't imagine that not being in Temple of Doom and in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Temple didn't have that scene. It's a 1.5.
One and a
What
half
are
is
you
crazy.
What are you subbing in there?
But
It's
that's
not
definitely the
that
best part of the
bad.
movie, I think. I really enjoyed
I think
that.
it's the first. I think it's the first time where I'm taking the hater approach on one of our shows.
I like it.
Is that your?
We
Is this
need
your
a
least favorite
hater.
movie you've watched on here yet?
That and Rain Man.
Rain Man.
Oh, get out of here.
What about Barry Lyndon? That movie's fucking horrible.
That movie
American
bangs.
History X or whatever is way worse than this.
Great.
No,
No, it is
no, no,
not.
no,
Way
no, no,
worse.
Not
Way
even
worse.
close.
Way
You guys are
worse.
just
I-
Edward Norton
way-
haters.
No,
Norton hates
American.
Edward
There are
God.
so many problems with American History X. It's like just tears the movie down.
I
Way
agree.
more with this.
It's a
Way
bad
more with
movie.
this.
All right, ratings. 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
2.5.
I had it at a 4, but I lowered it to a 3.5. Unfortunately.
But we just said so many problems like with the movie and like stuff that we didn't like. And I feel like the bad was like way up here and the good was so much lower. And you guys are still at
Well,
3.5.
I think
Like, if
there's
your
a lot.
rating,
more
I
you
think
could
that
do
we
that
like a
lot.
lot more good than you like good. Like you didn't like Short Round. I mean, I like Willie. I know you
there's
guys don't like
definitely
Willie.
stuff. I mean, we're only 1-star rating apart, but
Yeah.
Should we jump into the Last Crusade?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll do the plot. I'll try to do it without letterbox. So, this film centers around Indiana Jones trying to rescue his father, who was obsessed with the Holy Grail. And actually, so the opening scene is a little bit of like a prequel. It opens up with young Indy, and you kind of learn how Indy becomes Indy with his fear of snakes, with the passing of the torch from like the previous, I guess, like Indiana Jones to like like who he is now with his hat and all that. Um, and they're fighting over I think it's the Cross of Coronado. If maybe somebody can
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
confirm
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and he's fighting against the Nazis again, trying to get this artifact.
Fuck
And
the
then
Nazis.
Yeah, fuck the Nazis. And then
we need,
it
to,
passes,
we need to make that known. We're an anti-Nazi podcast here. We don't like
we're
Anti.
So yeah, so this movie centers around him trying to rescue his father who goes missing, and the way that he's doing this is with his old man's notebook, and he's using
His old man.
his old man's notebook to try to find the Holy Grail, and it takes you to Venice, and it takes you along this journey again, kind of racing to the Holy Grail against like the Nazis, and also trying to find his father. So that's kind of like the gist of the movie. And I'll let you guys talk from there.
This one I liked. I like this one better than Temple of Doom. I think it goes Raiders, this one, and then Temple. It was fucking hilarious. This movie was great. I mean, it was really, really funny. Even like little things I found funny were like in that old the flashback scene, like right in the beginning with River Phoenix, and he's like jumping into the different mine carts, and it was like, what was it? It was like cart of snakes, and then it was like just thousands of snakes in there, and then it was like magic, like each like cart, like it would pan out and like just say exactly what it was. I thought that was so funny.
Well, how did he get outside that box? How did he get outside that box?
I don't know, man.
There was a
That's
trap
so-
door.
Drop
so
door.
They were like
Magic.
under.
Trap door.
Yeah.
Magic.
Whenever he's going in there and like the guy like opens the cart door, I'm like, you could see him like he just shut that, and then he goes there right away. I'm like, yes, like he's like good. I'm glad he's
Not
glad
there.
this is happening. Gone.
It's magic, man. Disappearing
So funny.
acts. Ovechkin just broke the NHL goal record, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
Um,
It's goal. It's goal, not points.
Goal, yeah.
It's goals, yeah,
Is a fucking screamer.
against the Islanders. Incredible. Yeah. Also, I mean, like they don't really touch on it a little. They touch on it a little bit and like hint at it. But it's like Indy and his father like both had sex with like the girl or whatever. Did you guys pick up on
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not an idiot, right? I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was really funny how they just like kept like hinting at it like multiple times in the movie, but like never really like had a full, thing on it. Yeah, I think the father-son dynamic was really good. I think calling him Junior so many times pissed me off. Like we get it, like he doesn't like to be called Junior, but it was like so many times that he called him Junior.
It's his name. It's his name.
It was ridiculous.
Junior.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys have to say. Because I'm definitely just enjoyed this movie more than Temple, but I think I didn't enjoy it as much as I did when I was a kid, which is sad.
Yeah. This movie is very, very good for me. I absolutely love this movie. And I feel like the reason I love it so much is because it touches its roots back with Raiders and because I love the father-son dynamic so much, which you touched on a little bit, Jordan. Um, I think the final, like, what is it? The final 30 minutes of the movie are so, so good. And it's very similar to what Schnur said about the melting of the faces in Raiders. Like, spoiler alert, but when the villain, I think his name was, oh God, what was his name?
Donovan
Donovan. Yes, thank you. Donovan.
McNabb.
Yeah, Donovan. When Donovan drinks out of the Holy Grail or the cup, excuse me, and he drinks out of the cup and he turns, ages hundreds of years in 10 seconds, still hits for me, still hits really well. But the father son dynamic is what really steals the show for me here, especially in the end when this whole time, like, you can tell that Indiana is like looking for this reassurance from his father the whole movie. And he kind of never gets it until he thinks that Indiana dies when the tank falls off the cliff, and then he's like, "Oh my God!" And he has that little monologue. He's like, "Oh my God! Like I've lost my boy. Like He's like, if I only given him 10 minutes to tell him, all these things, I finally like." He's like, "I lost him," and then he shows up. Brings back that comedic element where Indy's like looking over the cliff with them. He's like, "Oh yeah, like crazy, like a crazy fall, right?" Um, and then it gives him that like emotional, sentimental hug, which I really, really like. I love that actually. Um, and that's what is the highlight of the movie for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, this movie, like I wrote in my letterbox review, like the father son dynamic paired with the character of Indiana Jones and the story touching back to the Raiders of the Lost Ark roots is what makes this movie so special for me. So I love this movie, and maybe I'm biased. I know you guys you guys are lower on it than me, but yeah, I'll throw it to the next person.
Yeah, you must not have seen my letterbox this morning then, because I gave this a
I
4. This
saw
is
it.
my favorite. This is better than Raiders for me. You guys touch on a lot that father son dynamic. I think Sean Connery is an awesome addition. Like, I think this movie's just great. It is definitely the campiest. It goes back to more Raider style. It leans into the corniness instead of just being all out goofy. You even bring back the same villains. Like you even do that, which is great. There are some like I had one gripe, like there's some weird shots where they like zoom in onto Indy's face and he's like looking like just beyond the camera, and they do it multiple times. It looks very like weird and out of place to me. But there is not much I did not like about this movie. I think this was a perfect way to end the trilogy. I think them riding off in the what's it called? On the horses, like in through the mountains was awesome. Should have just ended it there, would have been perfect. Also, that guy is an absolute goofball. What's his friend's name? Um,
Sala.
Sala is a
I like
goofball.
Zala.
Sala's
Um,
great.
Mr. Jones, you're named after a dog?
Father of
no, no,
Indy.
no, 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 not
He's
him, not him. The other guy, like the other like professor.
Marcus
oh,
Brody.
oh, yeah,
Oh.
He
Brody.
he when they go in like right off of the sunset, he is like about to fall off of the horse. Like I don't think when they cut, I don't think he made it more than 5 steps after that without getting flung from the horse. But he's an absolute goofball. I literally like I don't know what else to say. Like I think this is great. I could honestly raise my rating to a 4.5. So I think it's
Hmm,
awesome.
that's enticing. I like the sound of that.
I won't, but I
Oh.
could.
Okay,
Okay.
no worries.
Zero.
I liked it a little less. I think I liked it less than you guys. Still like it. I mean, it's again like same thing with Temple of Doom. Kind of I felt like, or it's still Indiana Jones. Like I'm having fun. I'm feeling the nostalgia. Um, Great character. Love the adventure and all that. I loved, like you mentioned, Chase going back to the roots of Raiders, where he's a professor, where it's more of a race to the artifact rather than a heist type movie. And I like that they also changed up though. Like again, like you mentioned, it went from more of a. I'm sorry. It went from like a love interest type of dynamic, and then they went more for like a father son thing. I like that they like changed that up a bit. Um, and it was so funny. I agree. Like when they're flying the plane, when Indiana Jones is just flying a plane and like his dad is shooting the gun at them, I was crying. I was like, this is
Dude.
so ridiculous. It's so funny. Um, but I definitely do disagree a little bit, Jagger, that like they balanced it as well as Raiders. I think Raiders did like the perfect job of balancing the goofy with the adventure and the action and all that. And I think this still like was closer to Temple in terms of just like over the top, quick cheesiness. Um, also thought that the hilarious was and a great scene also like when they are at that like burning of the books thing, which was so great. I thought like a great scene. And then like Hitler signs the autograph in the diary. Like
That was
that was
fucking
I was
funny.
like,
hilarious.
no way they did this. Like, no
Yeah.
way they put this in here.
Yeah, that was a great scene. But I think it just gets a little corny. I think like the green screen still like again like in Temple like it just looks like it took a huge step back from like what Chase you were mentioning how they were like shooting on location. Like you can tell a lot of the time in these two that they're not doing that anymore. Especially when they're riding through they're driving through the tunnel and like the jet plane is chasing them and just goes through the tunnel, and then it's like following them behind and they're somehow outrunning it. Um, that was
They're like
kind of
next to
funny.
it.
What's that?
They're like side by side with it in the tunnel.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
like that was like it was again like it was funny, but there was times where I was laughing because it was like so ridiculous, I thought, where it was like a so bad it's funny moment. Um, and I also kind of thought like in the first half, especially when it was um like he's fighting on the boats and stuff, it felt more Bond like than Indiana Jones, which I didn't like. I think Raiders was like the most pure true to this character, and I think they kind of like strayed from that a little bit in Temple of Doom, and like even a little bit farther of that in this at times, where it felt more like just like an action movie than like this adventure, you know, across these like landscapes and stuff, like in Raiders. And I thought Harrison Ford was also like this was probably his weakest performance in the three for me. I thought he was kind of like just okay, like didn't seem like he really was dying to be there at this point. Um, but yeah, I still like it. Like it's still fun. You mentioned that opening sequence with River Phoenix. I think that part was awesome. Definitely, obviously doesn't match the Boulder and Raiders, but it's definitely like close. It's up there. Um, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. If you want to get
Well,
more conversational, if there's anything else to say.
this movie also has one of my favorite transitions ever. In the beginning when the Indiana Jones, I don't know what his name is. They call him Fedora. When the Fedora guy takes his hat and puts it on young Indy, and then he puts his head down and he pulls it back up,
Yeah.
and then it's Harrison Ford smiling into the camera with the music in the background. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's so good. I'm actually getting goosebumps all over my body thinking about it right now.
that part is awesome. I thought the same thing as well.
I think you have to appreciate how much like of a step up the action was in this movie though to the other three, which I think for me like makes it more fun. Like between like the airplane fight scene, like the tank scene, like all of that, I feel like it just adds to like this movie. I do like how this movie gets back to the roots of Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, like you were saying, kind of straight away from that. So going back to that, and then I think what made this movie for me a four was we talk about how we don't really love the love interest in the other movies. I think Jagger might have mentioned the love interest in this movie is probably the best amongst the three. And I like that twist how she's affiliated with the Nazis and she kind of like turns on him, then ultimately ends up helping him, and then she ends up dying. But yeah.
Love it.
Even another father son dynamic part of it that I love too that I forgot to mention is in the end when he's reaching for the cup and like his greed is kind of taking over uh during this earthquake when the ground is split and Indy's greed is taking over and he's like, Dad, like I can reach it, and he's like, Indiana, let it go. And he like finally calls him Indiana, which is great. And like what I love about it too so much is that his dad, like Christian said earlier, spends his whole life searching for this artifact and he can't find it, but in the end he's the one who's like, dude, like it's not worth it, like let it go, like this like life is bigger than just artifacts and searching and being the one to hold everything in your power, which I love.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I was also wondering, sorry, Christian, but when he like crosses the invisible bridge and then he gets to the other side and it was like visible was it visible the whole time, or like did it become visible because he walked across it? Like I was like he would see
I
that,
think it's just
right?
an optical illusion, but
It
you would
It's like
see it.
it became visible because he believed
Okay.
that it was there.
I thought it was just like there the
Yeah.
whole time. It just
Yeah.
blended
No,
in.
because
That's what I thought too.
it's a leap of faith. What the hell is that Christmas movie called where they like ring the bell? What the hell am I? Why am I drawing the blank?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse when they leap faith.
A Christmas Story.
No, what the fuck?
Ring the bell.
The biggest fucking Christmas movie
Hell?
with the
A
train.
Christmas Story.
Polar Express.
Polar Express when they're fucking ringing the bell. If you don't believe, then you
You
don't. hear
didn't
it.
know what Polar Express.
I couldn't think of it. I don't know. I couldn't think of it. I think it's like kind of like that. But what I was gonna say was I love the final 3 sequences when he's like getting to the Holy Grail. Like that to me is like Indiana Jones has to be a historian to be able to like get across that with like taking the bow and then the leap of faith.
Knowing Latin.
Yeah, knowing Latin and like fucking up the name of Jehovah. And then the dad is like, oh, like it starts with an I. I like that like panning back and forth between the two, which
That
is
was
really
good.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. I think other letters should have been. It's very nitpicky. Like other letters should have been broken already to like watch. Like people have been here before and tried this and haven't made it past this. It's not like
That would
it
be
was
cool.
brand new, clean. It was like he's the first one to ever do it and he got it right away.
Yeah.
Well, it could be like that was the second one, right? So
yeah,
like
it was the second one.
they
so nobody
can't
got
make it
third.
past like the first. No one got past the first.
No,
So like,
yeah,
the second
I
one's
wish
fine.
someone got past the first one.
Dude,
Gotcha.
Those fucking buzzsaws were insane.
Dude, I
Yeah.
Those were
I
best.
love
It-
I
there's
love
also-
those final 3 sequences. They're so
I
good.
like
He's
I
like,
like in these movies.
kneel before God. and then he rolls
Yeah.
and tumbles over it. So
Yeah.
good.
I like in these movies when they
How
show
does he
off
put a
their
roll
knowledge.
though? It's just like kneel. Yeah,
What's up,
I
This
George?
is
agree with
Indiana
that.
Jones.
That's why like these movies like in a way remind me of like a National Treasure element, you know, but like more
Yes.
action adventure, and I think that's why I love them and they appeal to me so much because I also love those movies.
I like when they show off their history knowledge or like something comes together, like they can, he's reading like the Latin off the tablet, which is I like that stuff. And it's funny you said about National Treasure because recently got Disney Plus and I saw National Treasures on Disney Plus and I really want to give it a rewatch.
Oh yeah,
Haven't
I
seen
just
it in
watched that with
years.
Jimmy Cat the other night. It's
That's
so
big.
good.
Like National Treasure.
Oh, he's a big
He
National
loves
Treasure.
National Treasure.
Oh yeah,
He's a big National Treasure
that's
guy.
huge.
National Treasure,
He's-
Uncharted.
They stole
I
the
came-
fucking Declaration of Independence.
I came home from work one night a couple weeks ago, and Christian was telling me a story on how my dad was sitting on the couch, and he turns to Christian, and he goes, not for nothing, but these movies are great.
He's the best.
He just
The
loves the
fucking best.
conspiracy, like Illuminati type shit, and it's
That's
just so
awesome.
good.
Yeah, I definitely have to rewatch. I remember
To
really
get him to
liking them.
watch Severance and see what he thinks about that. Like,
Yeah, right.
they're like
You can sit down
fucking
and watch that.
crazy. Yeah.
Do we have any fun facts, or do we want to go to ratings?
One fun fact that I know from it is that the umbrella scene where he goes and gets the birds to fly in the air, that's also improvised, which is
That
really
one's
cool
good.
because that's a big scene. So
Dude, he literally murdered someone by getting birds to fly
They all
up in
flew
the
up.
air.
Oh
and
yeah,
he
that was cool.
crashed into the mountains. It was insane.
Yeah, that was sick. I also was gonna say, well, I guess fun fact, like John Rhys Davies, you were mentioning Sala. That's I don't know if Christian, it's Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
him. So that was like that was a cool thing. Him and like Sean Connery. Also, we mentioned Alfred Molina. Like a lot of cool franchise actors that like popped up in here.
that is cool.
All right, should we
Ratings?
ratings?
Yeah. Christian, what do you got?
I gave this one a 4.
I also gave it a 4. Chase,
I love this movie so much. I have it at a 5.
incredible. Jagger, 4,
I'm at
3.5.
4, yeah. 4.
Nice.
I went 3.5, same as Temple, but I think it's a little bit better than it.
Okay.
So how would
Those
we
are our 3. What were you saying, Christian?
What would be our rankings for everybody?
Oh, good call. Forgot about that.
I think all 4 of your rankings are the same.
They
And then
might be.
mine's I like Crusade over Raiders, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
that
think that we
sounds
would
right.
go Raiders, Crusade,
Crusade.
Doom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Do we
what I
want to
figured.
throw Crystal Skull and Dial of Destiny into the mix? Because we could talk about that too if you guys.
So
want.
I need to rewatch Crystal Skull. I remember liking this one. Big shy guy. I haven't seen Dial of Destiny, and I don't know if I want to.
Oh come on! You gotta watch how
It's
it
not-
wraps up.
It's not that
not
bad.
good.
And the
Okay.
opening scene to the
You
last
saw it,
Crusade
Jagger?
is Great.
Mm.
Oh, I didn't know you saw.
I
it.
watched when it came out. I was just like, oh,
Maybe I'll just keep ripping through them. 2 more.
Good room, bro. do it.
I know I'm gonna. When we come back next week, when you ask what I watched, those are gonna be 2 movies on there. So
All right.
I think Crystal
see.
Skull is awesome. I get horrified.
I like it too. I think it's
In the-
overhated.
yeah,
I remember
in the
liking
ends with the alien. I was like, holy! Like
Okay, I
will
don't
always
remember that
part.
No worries.
It's like the main
I just
part.
remember Shia LaBeouf with a fucking leather jacket riding a motorcycle.
Awesome.
That's all I remember.
Looks like you're due for a rewatch, Kill It.
I think
I'm gonna, yeah,
Um,
definitely.
So after watching these 3, do you guys have any changes to your Keep 5 Cut 5 trilogies?
Deserves to
No.
be in the cut.
Same.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I'd say-
Apes
cut
is
it.
better. What do you think? Because you're the one that's like
Yeah.
that was so against cutting them.
I think he changes his mind here.
Yeah, so I just as I mentioned watched Planet of the Apes as well, so I watched them both and I think they're like neck and neck, but honestly after watching both of them, I would put Toy Story in over those 2.
But
Get the fuck
we didn't
outta
have that
here.
option.
Someone kick him out of the Zoom.
That was a cut, but I would include Toy Story.
But what's better, Planet of the Apes or Indiana Jones? What do you think?
I think I'm still giving Indiana because none of those Planet of the Apes movies reaches the heights of Raiders, and I think
There's
Rise
no
Rise
way.
is probably the worst of the 6 movies. I would say.
You think Rise
What?
is worse than Temple?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no chance.
I think Rise is better than
No
Temple and The Last
chance.
Crusade.
No, not for me. Rise is. I gave Rise a 3.5, which I also gave Temple of Doom a 3.5, but I would take Temple of Doom.
That's
I disagree with
disappointing.
that.
To each their own.
That's
To each their own. That's crazy. But any last things on Indy? It was our trilogy of the week. I think we all enjoyed it.
I appreciate
was
you
pretty
guys
good.
letting me relive those again. you.
Obviously.
First man.
It was good.
All right. So if we don't have anything on that, I have a little game for us. And I think we'll be right back because I do need to share screen and set this all up. So we shall be back. All right, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see my screen. We have a fun little Mario-themed PowerPoint here. We're going to play a little game that I created yesterday called Guess That Movie. So let's get into explanation. Let's see if I can change slides. Here we go. How to play. Choose between easy, medium, and hard. So that needs to be edited. It's going to be 3 easy, 3 medium, and then 3 hard.
No choices. You
No
get what
choices for
get.
you guys. You must decipher the emojis and guess the movie.
Okay.
So a little additional, this was very simple. So we're going to do Chase and Jagger and Christian and Schnur, just in the order.
Okay.
The order you're on my screen.
Oh, Jagger.
You guys are going to play Rock, Paper, Tails.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Where did that come from?
This guy, that's
Rock, paper,
bad.
tails.
That's bad.
Because I was
Is that
in
how they say it
between
down in
Rock,
Denver? Is that what
Rock,
they say?
paper, scissors, and heads and tails. Just combine them.
That's actually hilarious.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're gonna play rock paper scissors. Apologies. To see who goes first, and it's going to be at the end of the rounds. There's going to be, let's see, how did I do this? Whoever has the most amount of points, so easies are worth 100, mediums are worth 200, and then hard are worth 300. So if like let's say Chase and Jagger are up, they're up. If they get it wrong, then Christian and Jacob have a chance to steal it. And then if we don't get it, then we just move on.
Okay.
Any questions?
Nope,
Nope.
I don't think so.
You like that, Jagger?
Hilarious.
Thank you. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go for Chase's team?
Chase can go.
Oh,
Chase goes.
Okay.
Christian and
Go.
Schnur.
Send Schnur out.
Christian.
Wow.
I was gonna say you get a brother.
Brother v. brother.
matchup.
All right.
So we're rock paper scissoring right now.
Rock, paper,
On
scissoring
shoot?
for first.
Okay, Christian, rock paper scissors and shoot, right?
Yeah, like
Okay.
That's how we play in fucking Long Island.
Or rock paper
They play
tails.
this rock paper scissors. shoot.
Or rock paper scissors and tails.
Rock, paper, scissors, tails.
Okay, ready, Christian? Rock paper scissors and shoot.
Whoa.
Well, run it back.
Rock
Wait, this is
paper
gonna go
scissors
forever.
and shoot.
Yup.
All right. Christian and
Sorry,
Schnur
Jagger.
are up
It's
first.
okay. It's just first licks.
All
We
right,
get a
so
chance to sit back and learn.
Let's do
you
it.
guys have 30 seconds on the clock, and then give me an answer. If you get it wrong, then Chase and Jagger have an opportunity. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Let's do it. First one. This is easy. 100 points.
Bear rocket.
This is
Cowboy.
Interstellar? No, I don't know. Rocket, cowboy hat, bear. Toy Story. Toy Story. Toy Story.
Dude,
Yeah.
Final
that was
answer?
insane.
Yeah, it's Toy Story.
Toy Story is correct.
Good
I
job,
didn't know
Christian.
how we were
Wow.
playing. If
Christian was
those were gonna be
struggling, and I
like,
was like, if he doesn't get this one, I don't know about the other ones.
Yeah.
Maybe I made it too
I didn't
hard.
know if they were gonna be like words, like read it out, or like Woody Buzz, like that.
Wait a minute.
It's just
Wait a
gonna be
minute.
about the movie.
Are
Okay.
me and Schnur like doing that together, or was it just me?
No,
Was
it
us
was you and Schnur together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good call.
So
I
100
thought it was
points
like a
for you
space
guys.
movie. Go, Christian.
Go.
The answer was Toy Story. All right, Chase and Jagger, you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready.
Here we go. Minute on the clock. Or 30 seconds, sorry.
Okay.
Looks like Godzilla or something to me.
I'm thinking. I was thinking one of the Jurassic Parks.
Oh, that makes sense too.
It
It could literally be.
I could be any of the
It's
six
it's
though.
dinosaur. It's dinosaur. It's got to be Jurassic Park. It's gonna be the first one.
Do we have to
right?
state the specific movie, or can we just say Jurassic Park?
Jurassic Park works.
Okay. Do you want to go with that, Jagger?
Yeah, it's a dinosaur. It's not. Godzilla.
Okay. Jurassic Park. Final answer.
That is correct.
Ooh.
I didn't have a specific Jurassic Park movie because
Okay.
I didn't feel like there was a way to specify.
Yeah.
Okay. Each 100 points. These are the easy rounds. I think it'll get harder, but we'll see.
Okay.
Maybe you guys are that good at the emoji game.
Let's see.
All
That
right,
was easy.
Christian, Schneider, you guys up? You ready?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, the easy round's over.
Go.
You guys got it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
We warm up.
Oh, so now we get the medium one.
You guys
Yeah.
get the medium, but it's also worth 200 points.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Back to the Future. So it's 200 to 100. Chase and Jagger are up. You ready?
Yeah.
That looks
First
like
thought
it
was
could be-
Interstellar.
So is mine.
What do you
Yeah,
think the boom
what
could
else?
be?
What else?
What
could
could
it
the boom be?
I don't know.
I think
Could just be
Interstellar.
like a black hole. Yeah, I would. Go
I'm
with
thinking
that.
father,
Space,
daughter,
family,
space,
yeah,
astronaut. I'm thinking Interstellar.
we'll rip that.
That is correct.
Okay.
What was
That's
the boom?
correct. I don't know. Boom. Going out into space. Rocks
Like a star.
taking off.
Boom.
Oh, it could be
Stars.
star. That's a good point.
Sure. Okay, so it's 300, right? 300
Yeah.
Jagger and Chase.
200. Yeah.
200 Christian and Schneider. All right, next one.
I mean,
A war movie. Got to be a war movie.
bomb. Germany, broken heart.
Godfather? No.
That would be Germany. Yeah.
Apocalypse Now?
What would the broken heart be in that?
15 seconds.
What's Italy in America? Is it a mountain?
I mean, there's a bomb in
Is it
Godfather.
Oppenheimer, maybe? Might be Oppenheimer.
We'll go
5
with you.
seconds.
We'll go with you.
I'll say Oppenheimer.
That is incorrect.
So we can steal.
You guys have 30 seconds to
You
have an answer
any
to steal,
idea?
yes.
My
have
fault was Oppenheimer
no-
as well.
I have no clue.
Let's just do a war movie. Let's do
Well, I'm
Saving
trying to
Private
think-
Ryan.
Well, I'm
Or-
trying to think. It starts in Germany, goes to Italy, goes there. I'm trying
Oh.
to think. Or it could just be the difference. I have no clue.
5 seconds.
Want to
Do
run Saving
whatever.
Private Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna run that.
That is also incorrect. Now, when you guys see this, you're going to be like, fuck. You ready?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I haven't seen it,
Right.
so
You
but
said
that's okay though.
That works.
apologies, Chase. Didn't know you
That's
hadn't seen
okay.
it.
That's okay. That's okay.
I was trying to do movies we've all seen,
I
but
mean, we were on the track of war movies, but it's okay. You're good.
okay, no one gets it here. We'll go. It's 300 Chase and Jagger, 200 Christian and Schnurr. Chase and Jagger back up. Are we ready?
Let's take a commanding lead.
Ready?
Excuse me.
Uh,
Car bomb.
is it
Lightning.
Cars? It's Cars.
Live it. Yeah.
It's Cars. You want to run
Go with
Cars?
it. Yeah, go with it. That's
Okay.
it. Looks like Lightning McQueen. Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is incorrect.
What?
Wow. You have any idea, Christian?
No.
I thought that was one of
you.
the. Um. Desert.
Who's playing the guitar in the desert?
Yeah. Oh. Mad Max Fury Road.
That's a
Oh,
crazy
let's
pull
go.
from Christian saying that, dude. That's
Oh my
fucking
God.
Another
crazy.
movie I haven't fucking seen.
Oh
He goes,
my
who's
God.
playing the guitar in the desert? That's fucking
That is
nuts.
insane.
Let's go, Schnurr.
Wow.
Go, Christian.
Wow. Okay. 400, 300,
Guy.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're up.
Christian and Schnurr are back up.
Let's
Cars
take
was a
back the
sick-
lead, Jagger.
Guess though, that was like
Well, they're first, so we get cooked here.
So for the hard, there's only 2 left. So 1 for each of you guys, and then an overtime
Okay.
if we're tied.
Okay.
All right, you guys ready? This is 300 points.
Yeah.
We're not up.
Or you're not up, Chase.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Prestige.
Prestige. That's what I was thinking too. What could the guy with the mustache be?
Wait, has everyone here seen the Prestige, right?
Yeah, and Jordan
know-
likes the Prestige.
Because I don't want to spoil, but I was just because that's the two
Andrew
hats I figured.
Brains and the scientist guy. I can't think of his name.
Tesla.
Tesla.
Nikola
I think
Tesla.
it's the Prestige.
Yeah, I agree.
Final
Sure.
answer.
Yeah, the Prestige.
That is correct.
That shit wasn't hard.
I thought that was a little harder than.
No, Mad Max was. I think that was way harder.
No worries.
It's okay. We can't come back now. It's so fun.
It's a little hard to. I was telling Schnurr I was making it
Differentiate.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Like the medium to the hard is a little difficult. I also don't know, I thought the Mad Max one was easier than the Prestige one, so it's a little difficult to do. But I think it's a fun game. I think it's
It's
going
okay.
well.
I'm happy.
Next one's gonna be Pain and Gain. I'm already locking it in.
All right, so what's the score here?
They just took a
700
commanding
to
lead.
300, I think.
700 to 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this one's worth 400.
This one's worth
That's what they
400.
said.
Let's
That's what
do
they
it.
said.
If you guys get this one, it's tied up. We go to overtime.
Okay,
All right.
Are we ready?
we're
We
ready.
are. Okay.
That's too
What is
easy.
this, 21? All right. We got math, house,
Oh,
money.
Parasite.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
Math
sense.
tutor.
Tutoring.
House.
Yeah.
Money. Noodles and house. It's gotta be.
Final answer.
Let's run it.
Final answer.
That is correct.
I would not have gotten that. What's with the 2 houses?
Their house
The man.
and the rich house.
Oh, okay.
So for overtime, is it just whichever team gets it first?
Yeah, so you guys have to put your hands up
Okay.
or scream out just so I can. It's probably easier.
Okay, but
Where do I?
if they blurt it out, then then the other team has to have the opportunity to say it before we say something, right? I'm assuming.
What?
Wait,
So
wait,
say
yeah,
for
like
example,
you get one
say-
guess.
Say for example, I guess something like I'm just throwing guesses out. Then like we stop me and Jagger's team, and then we let them go until they
Yes.
guess, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
How
we'll
do
just go
I-
back and forth.
Oh, here we
So
go.
that saves the blurting.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to say like or something like that, like hitting the buzzer.
Yeah.
And then you go first. If you get it wrong,
Okay.
goes to the next team.
So no raising hands.
No raising hands, just because I don't think I can see it from my share screen.
Okay.
all right.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Yay.
Yes, sir.
I want to say something so bad, I won't.
So do I. I think I know what it is.
Do it,
but-
Jagger. Do it.
Beep. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
Okay.
All right, Christian. I mean,
My first thought was Harry Potter.
that's what I'm thinking. Like Deathly Hallows Part 2.
It
What's
could
the
be,
leaf?
yeah, with the sword is Harry. The leaf, I don't know what the leaf is.
Could it be Sorcerer? It's not Sorcerer's Stone. It would be Stone, probably. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, we're also not doing specific movie, I don't think, anyway.
yeah. It's like Death Eater, Castle, Dumbledore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's go Harry Potter.
All right.
That is incorrect.
I wasn't
It's
even
incorrect.
thinking of anything
Incorrect.
because
Jagger, do you have any idea?
no, I wasn't even thinking. I was like, oh, it's so obvious.
Should we give him 30 seconds?
Yeah,
The
30 seconds
wizard
back
is
and forth.
throwing me off.
I have a crazy obscure guess, but I want to make sure Jagger doesn't have anything before I just throw it out.
I'm blanking right now, but
10 seconds.
You want me to just guess?
yeah, guess it.
Okay. Is it Mario? The Mario movie?
That is incorrect.
Oh,
Or
30 seconds back to Christian Schneier.
Jacob, what movies have a wizard?
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Wizards of Waverly Place.
that'd be a crazy fucking pull.
Movies have a wizard. And we've all seen this movie, Jordan.
Yes. I'll give a hint. I believe we all saw it together.
Movie have we all seen together?
Fucking Green Knight.
That's probably what it is. Because it's the leaf. It's like the tree.
Yeah.
Is it Green Knight?
That's fucking crazy.
Yes.
I haven't seen that fucking thing.
I
a
swear,
fucking
I thought you
pull.
saw it with
don't
us.
waste your
what's
time.
there?
Don't waste your time. It's the fucking worst movie of all time. That's why I put it the
Green
tiebreaker,
Knight.
because I feel like it'd be a little harder.
That was
My
a
next
funny
guess was going to be Nosferatu.
Ugh, no.
The Death in the Castle.
Mid-nose.
That would have made
No,
sense.
this is not mid.
Mid-nose.
Love knows.
All right, guys. Well, that was my game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I took a little bit of time to work on this yesterday, get it looking good. It
was good.
It was great.
Hopefully, all those you watching
Liked it.
on YouTube could maybe see it. But yeah, I feel like that was pretty fun. Definitely, maybe run that game back in a couple episodes, or couple weeks or so. I think we're gonna get into our picks now for our movies, right?
Yeah, just
If anyone else
Sure.
had anything.
say just unshare your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and then we'll be right back. All right, we are back. We have next week's picks. Our theme is man versus machine. What is everyone thinking about this theme? Is everyone excited? Do we have any good picks? What do we think?
Excited.
There's some
I-
good options. Yeah.
I'm a bit lower on the theme, but I do think
Low.
that there are some exciting movies, so I'm hoping they get picked.
That's fair. So we have a predetermined order. We're gonna go Jagger, Chase, me, Christian, Schnur. Jagger, you're up first. What do we got?
Oh, I'm choosing between two Ridley movies, but I'm gonna go with my favorite. I'm going with Alien. It is not. It is about man versus technology, and you'll see it when he is. I know everyone's seen it except for Jordan. It is my fourth favorite movie of all time. This thing is so good. I just watched it a couple weeks ago, and I already want to rewatch it so badly. Maybe this will give a start for Christian to go Alien and then go through and get to Covenant. But I absolutely love this movie, so I hope it gets picked.
Okay.
Is it me now, you said?
It's you, Chase, yeah.
Okay, I had 3 potential picks for this. I'm hoping that the other one that I really want to watch also gets picked by one of you. So keep that in mind, Christian and Jacob and Jordan. But
Okay.
I want to
I
go
know
with
exactly where you're going with that.
I want to go with this pick because Schnur said, I think a couple weeks ago, it's one of his favorite comic book movies. So I'm gonna go with Big Hero 6.
Whoa.
I haven't seen Big Hero 6 in a long time. We all saw it
Whoa.
in theaters, I want to say, when we were in like, what was it, ninth grade when it came out?
Yeah, didn't one of you guys like spoil it for each other and you guys were arguing for like a year?
I the movie opened up. Well, okay, spoiler alert for Big Hero 6. The
I
movie
haven't
opened
seen
up
it.
and
I haven't seen it.
wait,
I haven't
wait,
seen
no,
it.
no,
I
no,
haven't
no.
I
seen
remember
it.
it.
All right,
A
all
long
right.
time.
Anyway,
We'll talk about
I
it next
predicted
week then.
something. I predicted something. I turned to Chase and told him it, and then that thing ended up being true, and he got mad at me.
All time.
So yeah, Big Hero
Classic.
6 is my pick. Let me check if it's on something while you guys are
It's
going.
on
but
Disney
yeah,
Plus.
Probably on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Those are two completely different movies.
I almost made my my character Baymax last night on Disney Plus for my profile.
It's a character.
I decided against it though. I forgot what I went with. Sure, did you see by any chance?
I did not see.
All right. I actually
pretty sure
forgot.
I'm pretty sure I'm Darth Maul.
Oh, I'm Darth Maul from Clone Wars, but now I have to
Great,
change
he's
it now that
taking
Jagger's
mine.
Darth Maul.
Great.
I'll change it. I'll get on that tonight. But Katie made hers Anxiety from Inside Out too.
That's funny.
Good one.
Okay, I'm up, right?
Think so?
Okay, Chase. I'm gonna go with keep it in the Disney, keep it in the Tron Ares. Let's go Tron Legacy. Let's
Oh,
go.
God.
Let's
Wow.
go.
That's a
Yes!
sweater.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay.
That's exciting.
If
Uh,
they're saying it's exciting, come on. It's a great movie.
I do want to rewatch it.
I'm between 3 movies right now, and I don't know what I want to watch. Okay, one of
Choose
them
a
is
good one.
One of them is Wally. We're gonna wipe that out.
Was it Tron Legacy?
No.
Sorry if I took it.
Okay, I'm between
All right.
Terminator 1 and Avengers Age of Ultron.
Whoa.
That's big.
Why don't you let Schnur pick his? What do you
No.
think?
I'll go. I'm gonna go Age of Ultron because
He's rewatching the Captain Americas.
I'm rewatching some of the Marvel movies, and I know a lot of people hate on that movie, and I would love to rewatch it because people think it's like the worst Avengers movie and don't like it.
It's-
But I'd like to
it's
see.
not.
I don't hate it.
I think it's great.
Yeah, maybe you
But
guys don't
we'll
hate
see.
it, but I know there's like people do.
Mhm.
So
Ultron's tough in that shit,
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
All right.
I think I got a weird lineup this week.
Yeah, I'm not going Terminator, which is kind of crazy that we're not going to do Terminator for this. But
I've seen Terminator so many times.
I'm also between two.
Do it.
do Terminator.
No, I'm not Terminator. I'm between I'm
Terminator's
between
fucking
2000.
great.
I'm between 2001 and
Oh.
Upgrade.
Can
I'll
I do
go-
a quick I think you guys should watch, if you like the Terminator movies, the animated show Terminator on Netflix. It was fucking insane. It was really, really good. I watched it a couple months ago. I just had to say that. It's really good. All right,
Chase,
go
when
on,
you said
Schneider.
Big Hero 6, what did you guys want us to do after that?
You guys didn't pick it. I was thinking The Matrix, but I haven't seen The
I was
Matrix.
thinking
I'm
about
not
it.
a big
I-
Matrix
Let's
fan.
wait for the pick. Let's wait for
The
it.
first Matrix is good.
I'll go
kinda
with
falls off.
2001. Space
Yes.
Odyssey.
Oh, fuck
Give
my
it-
ass.
give
I
it-
cannot watch that.
I need to watch it again. This will be like my fourth time, and it's still
It's on
in
Max,
favor.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Max.
Oh
I don't know how you feel about it, Jordan or Chase, but it's like it's a must-watch movie. I think like you have to see
Dude,
it.
I've
I'm
tried
gonna
before.
I'm gonna be voting for it. I was talking about it the other day. I definitely want to watch it. So spoiler alert, I'll get my votes out. I'll go 2001. I'll go what was Jagger's movie?
Alien.
Oh, okay, I'll go 2001, I'll go Alien, and I'll do Tron.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I'll go next because I have mine. I'm gonna go Tron also,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Age of Ultron, and I guess Alien.
Okay.
Shoot. I'll do Alien. I'll do Big Hero. And I'm forgetting what the other two are.
Age of Ultron, Space Odyssey, Tron.
Tron. I'll do Tron as my third one.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you have 2001 rated a what?
I've seen it. I don't want to watch it again for 2.5 hours.
Christian doesn't actually like it though.
It doesn't like
I was
it.
the one who got Jacob on board with it. I love it.
I'm gonna do 2001 Tron and Ultron. Tron and Ultron.
Tron with the clean sweep. Who said no and then voted for it when I said it? Who
Me.
was it? Sad.
Still
I'm gonna
bad.
go. I'll go Age of Ultron. I'll go Big Hero, and I'll go Alien. I feel like I gotta see the aliens.
So it's Alien, Tron, Age of Ultron.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
That's terrible.
It's 2001 again. No.
That's not what I thought was gonna happen here.
Christian voting against it is just insane.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing to do right there.
All right, the movies we got this week are Alien, Tron Legacy, and Age of Ultron, Avengers, second movie. Anyone else have anything to say? I
Nope.
think we're all good.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
think we're good.
Thanks for listening this week. We are on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. What is our username on TikTok and Instagram? The Watchlist Podcast?
Yes, we
Podcast.
changed it to the Watchlist Podcast, so it's
Love it.
consistent throughout now.
Consistent throughout the Watchlist Podcast. Go find us. Go like our reels. Go like our Spotify. Go like everything. Subscribe to everything. Show some love. Let us know if you guys have any suggestions of movies that you want us to watch. Leave them in either the Instagram, TikTok, whatever comments you want to. We'll be sure to check those out. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week. See ya.